Here's a poem by Langston Hughes. And you've all heard of the I Have a Dream speech by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. This predates that. Langston Hughes has a few poems about dreaming and dreams. This is the first one I'm presenting, and in it there's some vocabulary words that I want to explore, and then after we go through the vocabulary, I will read the poem again. I'll have a quiz for you that just asks some questions to help you draw out more meaning from the poem and really understand what Langston Hughes was getting at. I dream a world. I dream a world where man, no other man will scorn, where love will bless the earth and peace its paths adorn. I dream a world where all will know sweet freedom's way, where greed no longer saps the soul, nor avarice blights our day. A world I dream where black or white, whatever race you be, will share the bounties of the earth, and every man is free, where wretchedness will hang its head, and joy, like a pearl, attends the needs of all mankind. Of such a I dream my world. So what words within this poem are maybe unfamiliar to you? I pulled a few words out. The words scorn, adorn, saps, avarice, blights, and wretchedness. And as I read it just now, I actually noticed the word attends as well. What does it mean to attend to something? Attends the needs of all mankind. It means to take care of all of the needs, to provide for. So let's go through each vocabulary word. First, the word scorn, found in this sentence. I dream a world where man, no other man will scorn. What does it mean to scorn? Well, here's some definitions of the word scorn. In this sentence, it's used as a verb. So, no other man will scorn, to scorn. And here it means to treat with scorn. Well, sometimes that happens, and you have to actually go back to the original definition, the noun version of scorn, which is a feeling of hatred or contempt for someone or something thought of as bad. And here's a sentence, like an example sentence. Jerry is full of scorn for any new ideas, like he hates new ideas. And down here, the verb version, don't scorn the man's attempt to make a better life for himself. In other words, don't look down on that guy just because he's trying to do even better than his upbringing or something. What's the opposite of scorn? It means to show love or fondness for something. And I have an image to help you remember the word scorn. Here's Daffy Duck looking down on someone. And with Daffy Duck's picture, there's these words. Here's another vocabulary word that you can add to your robust vocabulary. The word is disdain. This would be a synonym of scorn. And down here you see under disdain, scorn being one of the words that goes with disdain. Disrespect, contempt, a hatred for something, or dislike, intense dislike. How about the word adorn? You've probably heard this word. Where love will bless the earth and peace its paths adorn. The definition of adorn would be to decorate. I made a cake adorned with roses. The definition the dictionary I was looking these definitions up inside of didn't have the word adorn without ed, but it means to decorate. So to not decorate or to leave plain would be an antonym, and this image might help you remember what the word adorn means. It is kind of goes along with Christmas or holidays, to adorn, to decorate. How about the word saps? Where greed no longer saps the soul. What do you think that could mean? To gradually weaken something. Hunger had sapped Ollie's strength. To take away over time. And the opposite would be to strengthen, specifically over time, like in increments, not like all at once. And here's an image that might help you remember saps, to take away, to draw, to suck energy out of, or health. Avarice. This might be a new word for you. Avarice. Nor avarice blights our day. Blights is the next vocabulary word. It's kind of hard to understand a text if you've got two words side by side that you don't know what they mean. Avarice means extreme greed for wealth or material gain. In other words, like you can't be satisfied. You need more and more and more money. And get this. Here's a sentence. He showed avarice, always wanting money, never being satisfied. And then sentence 2, Mr. Krabs. Scarlett would love this. Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob SquarePants has avarice because he never pays SpongeBob his due wages. And this is the key. It's not just like being greedy and always wanting more. It's like a really negative trait, character trait. Avarice would be like just no matter what. You could have $1 million and you're still not happy. The opposite would be satisfied. Like no matter what you have, you see the positive and you're okay with it. And here's a pretty good picture for imagining avarice. Look at this guy. He has all this rice and food, and he's taken care of. And this poor kid, this little guy, has nothing. And even if someone gave him rice, this guy, this is true avarice, would take it from this poor boy who's starving, it looks like. That's avarice. Gross. Blights. So no avarice blights our day. What does blights mean? Well, blight, and the dictionary I was looking in, blight was only listed as a noun. In this sentence, it's a verb, because avarice would be greed. No greed blights our day. What would greed do? What would avarice do? In the dictionary, it has blight as a disease that destroys plants. And all the images I looked up, it had like vegetables, tomatoes, and trees that have blights on them, or a blight or disease on them. But it can, something that can hurt or destroy. Basically, to blight as a verb means to destroy. So the opposite would simply be healing, or to make healthy and whole. That would be the opposite of blight, or to blight, right? And here's an illustration of a construction vehicle completely destroying this house, right? To blight. Wretchedness. I think this is our last vocabulary word. Where wretchedness will hang its head. What is wretchedness? Wretched means very unhappy, an unfortunate state, poor quality, or very bad. I mean like really bad. Wretched would be like, I can't go on. That's how wretched it is. Distressed. And the opposite would simply be happy or fortunate. Somebody who's lucky would be the opposite of wretched. And check out this little image to help you picture or remember wretchedness. I thought this was cute. There were all kinds of really, really negative images. But this is, Mama said there'd be days like this. And this poor kid looks wretched. So now, here's our poem once again. I'm going to read it, and you can listen for those vocabulary words and understand a little bit more the text. I dream a world. I dream a world where man, no other man, will scorn, where love will bless the earth and peace its paths adorn. I dream a world where all will know sweet freedom's way, where greed no longer saps the soul, nor avarice blights our day. A world I dream, or black or white, whatever race you be, will share the bounties of the earth, and every man is free, where wretchedness will hang its head, and joy, like a pearl, attends the needs of all mankind. Of such I dream my world. Langston Hughes lived and wrote this poem during an era where this was not the case. But he dreamed, he hoped, like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., for a brighter world. A world where instead of sapping the soul, people worked at putting healthy ideas, thoughts, work into our communities, our culture. I hope you got something out of this poem, and I hope it inspires you. Poetry is meant to help you acknowledge or feel your own feelings and understand thoughts and ideas that you may not have even known you had. I hope that this poetry does that for you.